Trump Legal Cases Daily Digest. January 19, 2024. Attorney General Garland calls for a speedy Trump election interference trial. The Fulton County DA controversy for improper relationship with a special prosecutor and the timeline of former President Donald J. Trump's trials are the hits of this weekend, with a warning from Attorney General Merrick Garland. Let's get started. Fani Willis connection with special prosecutor done through travel expenses? Fani Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney handling the Trump election interference case, is facing heightened scrutiny as court documents reveal her travel was funded by Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, with whom she is alleged to have had an improper relationship. The filing, presented in Wade's divorce case, discloses bank records showcasing at least 2 trips where Willis was listed as a travel companion while the Trump investigation was ongoing. These revelations potentially reinforce allegations raised by Trump's co-defendant, Michael Roman, seeking to disqualify Willis from prosecuting the case on grounds of conflict of interest. The credit card transactions presented as an exhibit in Wade's divorce case reveal that he covered the expenses for a minimum of 2 trips during the Trump investigation, designating Willis as a travel companion. On October 4, 2022, the initial journey included a flight from Atlanta to Miami, with Wade footing the bill for both his and Willis's tickets. Additionally, on the same date, unspecified individuals made 2 transactions on Wade's credit card with Royal Caribbean Cruises, amounting to $1,284 and $1,387, respectively. Roman's motion contends that Wade, having been paid between $653,000 and $1 million for legal fees in the Trump case, financed these trips, implying that Willis personally profited from the arrangement. While the motion lacks concrete evidence, Roman's attorney, Ashley Merchant, asserts that the claims are sourced from records within Wade's sealed divorce proceedings. The allegations surrounding Willis and Wade are set to undergo scrutiny in an evidentiary hearing scheduled for February 15, following a decision by Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee. As the legal drama unfolds, these revelations pose a serious challenge to the credibility of the Trump case, potentially leading to the disqualification of the district attorney's office from continuing with the prosecution. Willis has yet to directly address the accusations, leaving the court filings to speak on behalf of her office. Fani Willis appointed Nathan Wade after 2 others declined. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis faces intense scrutiny for her selection of Nathan Wade as the prosecutor for the 2020 election interference case against former President Donald Trump. Despite lauding Wade as a superstar with impeccable credentials, it is revealed that Willis initially approached other legal heavyweights, Roy Barnes and Gabe Banks, both of whom declined the high-stakes position due to concerns about the case's political volatility and potential personal threats. The controversy deepens as Willis now contends with allegations of an affair with Wade and extravagant taxpayer-funded vacations, throwing a harsh spotlight on the hiring decision. Wade's credentials come under scrutiny, with a thin criminal law resume and limited experience in complex felony cases. Despite his background primarily in civil litigation, Wade played a crucial role in running the grand jury process, earning praise from some members for his command and deft performance. However, the bombshell legal motion filed on behalf of one of Trump's co-defendants, Michael Roman, has raised questions about the alleged personal relationship between Willis and Wade, as well as the potential misuse of funds. Willis' decision to hire Wade, despite his limited criminal law experience, comes into focus as details emerge about her exacting standards. In a candid scene from February 2023, Willis expressed dissatisfaction with a presentation by Wade and his team, unleashing profanities and walking out of the office. Willis defends her choices, accusing critics of racism and asserting her right to appoint special counsels. The controversy surrounding Wade's appointment and the allegations of an affair threaten to upend the high-profile legal case against Trump and his allies. Attorney General advocates speedy trial for Trump amid election subversion case. In an exclusive interview with CNN, Attorney General Merrick Garland emphasized the need for a speedy trial in the election subversion case against Donald Trump, aligning with special counsel Jack Smith's assertion that the public interest requires a speedy trial. Garland addressed concerns about potential political motives, stating, "What we have to do is show by the acts that we take that we're following the law, that we're following the facts." Responding to questions about the timing of the federal cases against Trump, Garland defended the Justice Department, emphasizing that the cases were brought last year and that special prosecutors acted based on facts and law readiness. Despite the ongoing legal disputes and uncertainties regarding the trial dates, Garland expressed confidence in the judicial system's role, stating, "The matter is now in the hands of the trial judge to determine when a trial will take place." He defended the use of special counsels in investigations involving Trump and other high-profile figures, asserting that the regulations in place ensure the independence of investigators, and reiterated his commitment to keeping politics out of the legal proceedings. Trump's deposition drama unveiled grandiose claims and legal battles. In a revelatory deposition video from April 2023, former President Donald Trump emerges as combative and prone to grandiose claims, suggesting he averted a nuclear holocaust and saved millions of lives during his presidency. The footage, released in response to a Freedom of Information request, captures Trump's confrontational demeanor, mirrored in his November trial testimony. Despite facing a New York civil fraud case, Trump insists, "I consider this the most important job in the world, saving millions of lives. I think you would have had a nuclear holocaust if I didn't deal with North Korea." During the deposition, Trump passionately defends himself against allegations, focusing his ire on New York Attorney General Letitia James and lawyer Kevin Wallace. Trump's claims of victimization extend beyond legal matters, as he criticizes Forbes magazine, alleging it is owned by the Chinese and has its agenda. In both the deposition and trial, he asserts the undervaluation of his net worth, emphasizing the unaccounted brand value, a point disputed in the fraud case. The 7-hour deposition mirrors Trump's courtroom testimony, highlighting his confrontations with legal adversaries and a persistent focus on perceived injustices. During the trial, evidence was presented that the banks involved in approving the loans explicitly stated they would not consider brand value as a factor when evaluating Trump's financial standing. However, Trump and his legal team continued to emphasize the importance of brand value throughout the trial. "Probably my most valuable asset I didn't even include on the statement, and that's the brand. I didn't even include that. The brand, if I wanted to create a statement that was high, I would have put the brand on," Trump uttered, rethinking legal strategies, beyond the law in the battle against Trumpism. W. Lithwick's recent article in Slate.com, Under Jurisprudence, challenges the prevailing narrative around legal accountability for Donald Trump, emphasizing the need to look beyond legal remedies in the fight against Trumpism. She responded to a set of questions around, should states be allowed to remove Donald Trump from the ballot, as the plain meaning of the 14th Amendment suggests that it was designed to do? Or will that drive his supporters to commit further acts of vigilante justice in response to being disenfranchised? Should we run our democracy based on such potential threats, and more abstractly? Lithwick astutely observes, any conversation currently happening around legal accountability for Donald Trump is quickly caught up in the riptide of a very different sort of conversation about electoral strategy. This frames the discourse not merely as a legal matter but as a broader battle to safeguard democracy from an imminent threat. Lithwick delves into the ongoing debates about electoral strategy, judicial conduct, and the timing of legal proceedings related to Trump. She notes, the biggest brains in both the legal and political spheres are currently engaged in a near-daily exploration of questions that posit law and the rule of law not so much as ends in themselves, but as tactics. Here, she highlights the nuanced discussions within legal and political circles regarding the strategic deployment of legal tools, emphasizing the multifaceted nature of the battle against Trumpism. The article titled, "The Law Alone Cannot Curb Donald Trump's Lawlessness," contends that relying solely on legal accountability might be insufficient in curbing Trump's lawlessness. Lithwick expresses concern, stating, "I worry that we have imported far too much force into the idea that the law itself and law alone will curb Trump's lawlessness." She emphasizes the need for a comprehensive approach that involves structural election reform, expanded voting rights, and a re-evaluation of media coverage. Lithwick's insightful analysis prompts a crucial question: can we recognize the limitations of relying solely on the law and redirect our efforts toward a broader strategy to combat the looming threat of Trumpism? For Lithwick, Donald Trump is a strategic blend of tactics, using tactics like lying, distraction, bullying, threats of violence, and delaying actions, all aimed at accumulating power. Trump's commitment to utilizing the law to intimidate and imprison political opponents, worsen the conditions for those he dislikes, and stifle speech and protest is part of his strategy to advance an authoritarian agenda. She emphasizes the limitations of relying solely on the law to curb Trump's actions, expressing concern that no amount of gag orders and conclusions of law and even criminal convictions can stop someone hell-bent on using those things as tactics on a tier toward fascism. She questions the prevailing belief that the rule of law exists to stop Trumpism, asserting that its primary purpose is to promote the rule of law itself. Thanks for watching. If you like it, comment and hit the like and share buttons. Subscribe for future videos.